that might help. Okay, we are live. Welcome to Rewriting Reality on the Breakthrough Network. So I am Shiraz, and I'm going to be hanging out here for about an hour as we have people jumping in to participate in the session. I have no idea what I'm going to do today. I kind of had a plan, but then I thought I'll throw the plan out and do something else. And I'm going to talk for a bit, and then we're going to do some clearings. We're going to shift some reality for people. It's going to be fun. You're going to enjoy it. I'm going to take a drink. Okay. So it has been an interesting month. I have a program called the Monthly Magic Program, and it's been Visibility Month. And some of the things that have been coming up for people with visibility has been pretty big and great awarenesses and realizations. And I'm learning so much about how people interact when it comes to visibility, how important it is to be seen for some, whereas how important it is to be not seen by other people. And we've even discovered these conflicting realities where you want to be seen on one side, but you don't want to be seen on another side. And that just shows up making quite the mess in your reality, can often result in a lot of stress. And I don't necessarily want to make this whole podcast about being seen, but it's just fascinating when you set up a month like that and see how people react. Because the biggest thing I found with people, okay, there's reactions already going on at the audience. This is going to be fun. So I guess before I continue, for those people that are new to the show, when energy shifts around me, whether it's the person I'm working with on the show or just the audience in general, my body reacts and I tend to yawn and cough. And I'm just basically holding back a cough right now so I can say all this. And so through these episodes, if you go back and look at them, you're going to see me yawning and coughing as we shift people, as I talk about things, and I can feel you reacting out there. And it doesn't matter if you're watching it live right now on Facebook or if you're watching the replay later on. Energy doesn't care about time and space. So someone could watch this like 6 weeks from now, but that energy doesn't care. So I could react to it now in this moment. And that's the thing I love about energy. Here we go. Things are moving. Whew. Okay. And I'm going to go and check comments on Facebook and comments here. Looking good. Okay. So the biggest thing, as I was starting to say before all the coughing came in, is it's the judgment, right? And judgment stops people from doing a lot of things. So if you're afraid you're going to be judged for having money, you'll not have money, so you can't be judged for it. If you're afraid you're going to be judged for being successful, you won't create success, so you can't be judged. But visibility, the more success you create or the more visible you become, I mean, there's just, that comes with a lot of judgment, right? So the more people see you, of course, just numerically, the more people that are going to judge you. And if you stay small to try to avoid that judgment, then you're going to stay small in so many different areas in your life. And this plays out over and over again. Well, what if they think I suck? Or what if I give a bad performance? Or what if they just don't like the way I look? And there's all these reactions to what if people judge me in a certain way. So when you're trying to create that life you want, how much of it is about being seen by other people, right? And not, sometimes it's just being seen. I don't want a lot of people to look at me. But sometimes it's, I don't want all that judgment that's coming from people. And the interesting thing is, it can just be a few pieces of bad judgment that affect everything for you. Right? One person gives you a scathing review on, I don't know, on Facebook or on a book you wrote or whatever it is. And because of that, you stop doing all the things you want to do, because what if someone else does it? God forbid you get two of those. But here's the thing that most people don't look at when that happens is you get that scathing review, but then on the other side, there's like 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 people that love who you are, what you do. But that scathing review is the one that just sticks in your craw. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe that person said all those horrible things about me. And I remember when I put out my first novel, I was getting really, really good reviews. And then this one girl just sent in this review, and it was just like, this guy doesn't know how to write. She called me Captain Obvious a few times. And it was, I wouldn't say scathing, but it was really just putting down what I do in a big way. And other people that were around that read the review, it's just like, oh my God, where did she get the nerve? How could she say that? And for me, it was just like, well, that's just who she is. And I'm not saying she was a bad person, but as who she is as a person reading that novel, it just didn't resonate with her. And I was okay with that. That's just what was going on. But I could see the people that were having those reactions that were like, oh my God, right? How are you not upset? Why are you not angry with this person? They're not going to become visible. I mean, it was just so obvious. If you're having that big a meltdown over my review, what would it be if it was your review? Right? If 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 they're in that kind of space, then it's just like, no, you know what? I'm never going to put a novel out. I'm never going to do something that's going to cause me to be at the mercy of these people that can just write. There's no filter now. It's the internet. They can say whatever they want. It just goes out there. Everyone can read it. It's horrible, right? So stay small, right? That's where the excuses come in. So what if you start letting that go, right? What if you just don't care? Like if you got into that space of, well, that's what that person has. It's going to be bad opinions. It's going to be good opinions, right? My rule is, as long as I'm helping way more people than the people that are judging me for being either ineffective or a bad person or whatever it is, then I'm going to keep doing it, right? If I'm getting overwhelming amount of people saying, "Oh my God, you suck and you're hurting people," then I'll stop doing what I'm doing because obviously I'm doing something wrong. So there's a little bit of logic and see what's going on. But a lot of people, even though what they're doing entertains or helps or does something to enhance the quality of someone's life, if they get the bad reviews, they stay small. So I'm asking you not to stay small. I'm asking you to say, you know what? This is what I love. I know it's making a difference. I'm going to keep doing this and see what happens as you grow. See what happens as your life expands, because it can be a lot of fun, right? The more visible I've become, the more people I have access to. So I've made some really good friends as a result of being visible, people I would have never met otherwise. And and even just some of the things I do, I'm in a lot of networking groups. I'm always out there trying to be as visible as possible, to the point where just a couple of weeks ago, I met someone in a networking group and they said, "Oh my God, are you the Shiraz from this? Like these people are talking about you in this other networking group." And it's just being so visible. Other people are just talking about you. And I didn't, what? They're talking about me? I don't know if it's good, bad things, but they're talking about me. I'm visible. Right. Ooh, okay. I see people are still registering to be on this webinar. It's kind of neat. You're late, people. You're late. Get on here. Okay. And we have some people coming on. I may take someone and just, yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. If you would like to get some clearings done, raise your hand. There's a raise hand button. Oh, it's a big obvious button for a webinar. And look at the hands going up. There we go. You at home are just watching me talk aimlessly to myself, but yeah, that's how it works. We're going to start with Snez. We're going to bring Snez up here. There we are. Hey, Snez, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I've actually about the most zen I have been in a long time.
Okay.
Um, I love this pre-retirement training from COVID. It's
Okay.
calling it because I've been home since March of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I've been laid off because of COVID, but my mental status is that I'm pre-retirement training. and figuring if I like to live this way or not. And I'm loving it. But I guess I'm strange, or that's an oddity for most. Um, anyways, my issue is something that has just come across very heavily into my way of in my life. Even though I realized my mother has been a cause an awful lot of my issues because I've been carrying her story. One of the biggest one that hit me just recently is that she has been that I'm not beautiful. She straight out said that to my friend and me when he complimented me that I'm beautiful. She turned out and went straight out, no, 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 she's not beautiful. And then he said, well, she's beautiful like you are. And she's like, no, 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 I'm not beautiful. I'm never been beautiful. And the beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And I think it's really hit a nerve really hard. Also, all my life, I have been called a son. I was supposed to be born a son. She bought everything blue. And all my life, even today, even though I'm a very mature person without telling you my age, um, she still calls me my son. And it's just really hitting hard how much that has been detrimental to my own self beliefs, and how hard, how I don't never thought of myself as beautiful. And I still don't. And it's, even though I'm trying hard to let it go,
Hmm.
I'm having a real hard time with it.
Okay. So there are a few things that happen in that interaction, though, because number one, she said beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, yet she was denying what the beholder was saying.
Correct.
So, so she's saying that, but she's not really believing that.
Right.
Second of all, she said she's not beautiful.
Correct.
So, do you think if she's not allowing herself to be viewed as beautiful, she'd allow you to be viewed as beautiful?
Well, obviously, she's not allowing me to be beautiful because she straight out said to my friend Michael that I am not beautiful,
Yeah.
right?
But
And
here's
I'm like, oh, okay.
but there's a few things going on there. Number one is she's constantly trying to put you in a space that's comfortable for her rather than just accept you for who you are. Right.
Okay.
And so when she's in the space that I'm not beautiful, therefore you're not beautiful, like it's she's connecting the two. So, but the other thing is, if you were beautiful, but that beautiful is not a word you use to describe a son. So she's automatically going to deny anyone calling you beautiful because no, this is my son. This is the story she's trying to impose on you. So you've got that working as well.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I guess if he said she's handsome,
Yeah, yeah, well, she is. Yeah.
she might have
But
taken it. Okay, I
Glenn
get your
just
point.
jumped in and said, "Yeah, I have a handsome son." But either way, it doesn't work for you because that's not who you are. That's not where you want to be.
Right.
So, why is it so important oof, to let her affect you in this way?
Um, I'm I'm realizing lately in the
Mhm.
last few months that it isn't important, and it's a story I have been carrying in my backpack, but it's her story, not mine.
Okay. So, what's her story as you see it?
Her story is that she's always been unwanted, and she's always felt that she wasn't beautiful, and she's been carrying that story all her life, and she's imposed that story onto me.
Okay. So, are you willing to step out of her story that she's not be that you're not beautiful and you're not wanted?
Yes.
Are you willing to step out of the story that you are wrong for not being a son?
Yes.
Ooh,
One of the things I realized is that um, I have been sabotaging my beauty by gaining weight,
okay,
and that I've been in a, whenever I'm out of sorts, the first thing I do is I gain weight.
okay.
And even though that's something that is detrimental to me and my health, and obviously my own self esteem,
Mhm.
when you put on the pounds, you kind of go, right? So I realized I'm sabotaging myself and I really believe that's the reason. And it just came very clear. So um, yeah, I have to let that one go too, that I can't
So,
sabotage myself.
so what's the benefit in sabotaging yourself?
There is no benefit.
But you wouldn't do it unless there was some benefit to it, right? No one sabotages something just for the sake of sabotaging. There's always, what am I going to get out of sabotaging? So when do you tend to sabotage yourself?
Um, when I'm down and depressed and feeling bad about general in of myself because of life circumstances, um so I just chow down anything that's in the house,
Okay.
even if it's not in the house. So when I'm depressed, and yeah, I realize I'm pushing everything away, right?
So is it escape from that depression?
It must be.
Okay. So you, I want you to sort of reach in and sort of feel that energy there. Is the eating an escape from depression?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that whenever you eat, you can escape your depression?
Yes.
And this isn't uncommon because there's a lot of people that you get that joy of the taste of the food, which for a little while takes you out of the depression, but it doesn't take you out for long because when you stop eating the food, then you've lost the taste and you've got to take some more.
Right.
So when you attack the cause of the depression rather than try to cover it up with something else, then you can shift into a different space. So what's the cause, if there's one major one that's going on now, that you feel is creating depression in your life?
um Loneliness.
Okay. And is that just because of things being locked down now, or has that been something that's been through your life?
I think it's been going on for a while.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if it's all connected, my
Oh yeah.
sabotaging, my whatever, my my mom's beliefs, my beliefs. And,
Yep.
I've been out of a relationship for years, and I'm now willing to commit or whatever. So it's
Okay.
all, yeah, it's unraveling.
Yep. Well, the thing is, if you've been buying your mom's story that you're unwanted, that's going to
Right.
result in loneliness,
Right.
right? So now that you're stepping out of that story, then the loneliness can shift. It can actually just go away.
Right.
So, okay. So, what would life be like if you were surrounded by loved ones?
Amazing.
Okay, that's feeling good. Oh, that's interesting. What would your mom think of you if you were surrounded by loved ones?
She'd be jealous.
Okay. Do you want your mom to be jealous?
uh if it gives me happiness, sure. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's good.
If it makes me happy, I'm at the age group where if it makes me happy and my mom's not happy about it, too bad, mom. But no, deep down, I don't want my mom to be
Yeah.
unhappy too. Yeah,
And that's, it's like, it's nice that you don't want your mom to be unhappy, but what happens is that in an effort to make sure your mom feels comfortable, your mom doesn't get jealous, you
right,
have to create a reality that you're sure she won't get jealous of. So
right,
you can't surround yourself with loved ones because then, oh no, I don't want my mom to be upset.
right,
So the thing is, your mom is responsible for her own feelings.
right.
And if you're worried about her feelings, you're being responsible for her feelings. And then you're letting her feelings control your life.
I see that.
So, and here's the thing, you can love your mom without giving a crap about how she reacts to your life.
Right.
Okay. So, are you willing to step out of the story that you have to make sure you never give your mom a reason to be jealous of your life?
Yes.
Okay. How's that feel? Better, worse, the same, or different?
It's my head's about to split open, but yeah.
So different.
Yeah, but I'm lighter. I feel lighter. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm much better. Just
Okay.
have to make sure it sticks.
Yeah. And this is the thing, when you've been addicted to a specific reality for so long, you can slide back into that reality.
Right,
And that's why it's important to check, see if you're sliding back and pull yourself out, or be in a program where you're constantly being moved forward.
right,
Keep going further and further forward into that new reality.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
How do I, there it is. Okay. So again, this still comes down to visibility. How does my mom see me? And what's interesting is I just got another workshop, which was how do my sisters see me? And so sometimes visibility isn't about a whole bunch of people judging you. It's just about those closest to you, either those you love the most, those you feel are whose opinions are most important, and what are you doing in your life to try to make those people happy? And in some cases, they're not going to be happy, but you keep trying and it affects your life and it keeps you from doing the things you want to do, or it keeps you in a state of unhappiness, of depression, or of resentment, or of some negative emotion because you've decided this person has control over your life, right? You've decided you have to look a certain way. Your life has to look a certain way for that person. And when you stop doing that, when you just stop giving a crap what anyone thinks about your life, and the caveat here is you still want to be doing nice things. You don't want to just sort of go around killing people and stuff because that's bad. But if you're doing your best to create a good life, but people have a problem with it, that's on them. It's not on you. So keep doing that and do it in a bigger way and enjoy it. Go do those things you enjoy, because that's another thing that's come up as well, is there's, especially with certain cultures, is what I want to do is, but what my family says I should be doing is, and I can't do the thing I want to do because I'll look like a rebel, or my family will disown me, or they will make fun of me, or, and it's all, I have to be seen as the family wants me to be seen. And again, now you just trapped yourself, because it's not your family's life, it's your life. Your family's going to tell you it's their life. They're going to say things like, oh, it's dishonoring to the family, or your embarrassment to the family. And when everyone says the family, they really just mean me. Like, it's like, you're dishonoring me, right? You're embarrassment to me. And if they're saying that, then that's their issues, because the stuff you do has nothing to do with them. The stuff you do to create your life is about you. The stuff they do to create their lives is about them. But this has been something that's been handed down generation to generation, that one person, reflects the entire family, right? And that's where we get expressions like the black sheep of the family. Ooh, there's the black sheep. I'm happy to be the black sheep of the family. In my family, I think it's all black sheep at this point. But this is the way things work for a lot of people. You want to fit in with your family. You want to be loved with your family. And there's a difference between just being loved with your family, by your family, and needing to be loved by your family, wanting to be loved by your family. Because when you're in that space, you give power to your life over to your family. When you are saying, okay, I'm going to be who I am, and if my family loves me, that's great. I'm just going to embrace it and have made a great time with them. But if they're just going to stay in judgment of me and not truly love me, that's not my issue. And I will find people that I align to and create a family with them, because I'm deserving of love. I'm deserving of everything life has to offer and that I'm willing to receive. So let's take another person. Arthur. Hey, Arthur, what's going on?
What's going on is I'm making daily marketing videos
Mm-hmm.
days on my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind if I just get 2 likes, 10 likes, whatever. But I feel really bad when I get no response. It happened yesterday and today. And I want to just be the kind of person that just keeps churning out valuable content, doing what I love, and keep serving my market and also whoever feels inspired by watching my videos. But I don't want to feel bad when I get no response.
Okay.
I think that's related to visibility, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
it is. So you're basing your happiness on whether people click like on your Facebook video.
Yeah.
Some people are going to watch the video and really like it, but then just go, click to another video. Right. So, and this is what's happened with social media, is people are basing their happiness on the amount of likes they can get, on the amount of followers they can get. And if you want to be happy, it's really about just being happy and not, okay, well, I can only be happy if I get enough likes. I can only be happy if I get the right comments on my video or the right response to my posts or whatever it is. So if you feel you've got good content, you're putting it out there, then just put it out there.
I understand that logically. I think everything you're saying makes perfect sense. Maybe it's an energy thing where like I think it's something to clear related to that need for visible attention instead of just turning out good content, knowing and providing value, as you've said.
Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that you can only be happy if people acknowledge that you're providing value?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thought that was going to move. So do you have to prove that you're a good coach?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you have to prove that you're a good coach?
Is I've done it for like 10 years.
You've been coaching for 10 years.
On and off for free, sometimes just for $150 or for nothing or for $2. I've just been doing it for so long. And I haven't really tried to make it professional until the last few months.
Okay.
So it's like I feel like I have a chip on my shoulder just to say, like, you know what,
Yep.
This is what it matters to me and I am good at it. So it's like proving to myself more than other people.
Yeah, it's not coming up true. Who are you trying to prove it to?
Maybe my parents that I have a sustainable business of my own.
Okay. So if you're trying to prove to your parents that you're a good coach, you're not coaching for the sake of coaching and creating change in people's lives. You're coaching for the sake of, look, mom and dad, I'm a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole different energy than I love coaching and I love changing people's lives. It's, again, it's visibility. It's the judgment you want from your family. So are you willing to step out of the story that being judged as a good coach is more important than being a good coach.
Yes.
Ooh. And this is the interesting thing. What does getting likes on your video have to do with your business as a coach?
I really, really want to get a direct client from my videos, but I've never been able to do it. I got it from like advertising on other Facebook groups or from my own personal connections, but like I feel competent enough as someone who's done marketing and sales for a long time that I'm able to get a client from just like a Facebook video. I've never been able to do that so far. So I feel like this like annoyance that again, like a chip on my shoulder, like, yes, I can do this
Okay.
whenever I want, and it's not happening.
Who's on your Facebook page?
A lot of actually Indian and Nepalese friends of mine from when I went to Nepal or when I volunteered for Isha Foundation, but they aren't my target market. So
okay, what does that say right there?
it means I'm putting my material out in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what if you start putting your material out where people are actually looking for it?
That would make a lot more sense.
Because the other thing is, like you just said, that not only the target market, but they're your friends, right? So
Yeah.
there are people that know you and see you a certain way. If they don't see you as a coach, then you saying things as a coach, it's going to be hard to shift their belief of who you are. So it may take video after video after video after video before you finally change someone. But then they're still your friends. You could just call them and have a conversation about just put videos out. So, oof. What if your audience wasn't your friends?
That's generally the case. No. Sorry. Wait. What if my audience isn't my friends?
Yeah.
There might be more judgment actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it. So you're going out to an audience of people that generally like you, and so your response, you're kind of in this comfort zone where they're not going to say anything bad. They're my friends, so they may not, I'll probably just get likes and way to go, Arthur is on the video because they're my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But now if you like, let's put the video out into the world where anyone can judge me, how does that feel?
It feels good because I've recently been inspired to consider making like videos or posts on paid advertising, and I think that's perfect for my next evolution if I want more clients. And I think I'm gonna, based on this conversation, I think I'm gonna slow down or not do a video every day and maybe just realize, you know what, these might just be my friends. And if I want to really advertise, it should be on more targeted areas like paid advertising.
Okay. So, but here's the thing, I'm not sort of giving, like, I'm sort of throwing some possibilities out there to see your emotional response and your reaction to the thing. And I'm not saying, go start paying for advertising or whatever it is, but you've been playing in a place that's a comfort zone. And that's why you've been getting small response. And so it's really about getting into the belief in the story that you can play bigger, right? And you have to be willing to have the negative judgment that comes in when you go to a bigger audience, when you go to not even a bigger audience, just an unknown audience, right? So, but hopefully a targeted audience so that they're actually interested in what you do. But if you're worried that you go out and put out a video and you say, oh, this is a big insight I had the other day, and then someone says, well, that's all crap, where would you get that, and why are you giving these videos? You can't be a coach. How is that going to impact you?
I remember very vividly our last phone conversation. In my mind directly will think, this is happening again, where there's potential for me to react. and to be a facilitator, and I have to deal with my own crap if things come up and not respond in such a negative way. So first thought is to come back to that good memory of my conversation with you and just to handle it gracefully.
Okay. And remember that in some cases, handling it gracefully is not handling it. Okay. So here's the thing. If you're in this energy of I have to prove myself, and someone says, Arthur, you suck, you shouldn't be a coach, the space you normally go into is, well, yes, I should. Here's why. Or here's a justification. Let me convince this person that I should be a coach. Right. And that's just that prove energy. That's like, I can't have someone judging me badly. Sometimes when someone says something like that, you just got to let them have their opinion and let it drop. And if you are in reaction, like I can't leave that there, I can't leave someone saying that and not respond, then that's all ego saying, no, I have to prove that I'm a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
So are you willing to step out of the story that you have to make sure you convince everyone you're a good coach?
Yes.
So this is the space you want. You want to keep learning. You want to keep developing your skills. You want to get better at coaching, but at the same time, you have to stop wanting to prove you're a good coach. I was just in a workshop. I don't know if you were in the last workshop we were in, but there was a lady there that just wasn't getting what I was saying. And I could see she wasn't getting, and I could see I was not going to get any shift out of there, any change. But if I was in the energy of I have to prove I'm a good coach, I would have just kept going. I would have looked this way and that way, and just I don't care if we go overtime. I'm going to make sure this woman changes. But I was just like, oh, obviously we're just not communicating properly, so we're going to move on. And that's just what happened there, because there's no need to prove, right? For me, I know I'm a good coach. I know what I'm capable of. Right. And it's the moment I go into, oh, I better prove myself to these people, I'm out of the space that I'm in. I'm out of the space of acceptance and love, because that doesn't exist in I need to prove. So what would life be like if you didn't have to prove anything?
I would be really effective in being compassionate, both who I am and also what I do.
Good.
It wouldn't be about me, it would be about everybody else. And even if it was about me, it would be to help me help people even more. And so, yeah, I think if I was improving myself, I'd be a really awesome human being.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you're coaching someone, it's got to be about them. It can't be about you. Someone's there judging me. That's funny. So yeah, and this is the thing. If you're a coach, and it's all about you being seen as an amazing coach as opposed to creating the change, it's different. And this doesn't mean you don't try to be seen as, like, if people see you as an amazing coach, that's great. But if that's the important thing for you, then you're an ego and it's about you. So just because you're not trying to prove yourself to be an amazing coach doesn't mean that doesn't end up that everyone goes, oh my God, Arthur's great. And you can just be in that energy and accept that energy and celebrate that win. But right now, where you were when we started this conversation was, I got to prove to my parents. I got to prove to these other people. I've got to show those likes prove I'm a good coach, proves I said something valuable. And it's all prove. I have to show. Okay. How are you feeling?
Feeling different and pretty grounded.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So Vitli, you want me to stop coughing and yawning? What should I do? Should I burp, fart? I don't know. We can mix it up here. Well, I don't know if I can make my body suddenly do that, but I can certainly ask it and see if that's what shows up. No one's ever put that before. That just made me laugh. Okay. So again, we're on this visibility thing. Look at what we just talked about there. It's I have to prove, everyone has to see who I am, what's going on. Do we need a fart mic? No, I don't think we need a fart mic. We're good. So this whole thing about visibility, and the irony of it is that the need to be seen is limiting. Allowing yourself to be seen is expansive. And most people that are looking for fame and fortune are in that need to be seen, not the allowing to be seen. Not everyone, there's always exceptions. But it's also a difference in the energy. It's the allowing is a pull energy. The need is a push energy. And you can see how this works. You've probably felt it, because if you've ever been at a concert of a band like you really love, when you're watching that show, are they pushing their energy out at you saying, look at us, or are they pulling you into the performance, right? And like, we're just jamming, come be with us, enjoy the ride, enjoy the entertainment. That's a whole different energy. And a lot of people, when it comes to visibility, if they're either in hiding from it or if they're trying to, it's a push energy. Look at me, look at me. And that's coming from insecurity. That's coming from not feeling there's enough there, and pushing out to try to make people say, look, oh, wow, we see you. Okay, now you can feel like you're enough. You are enough, whether people see you or not. You have to just understand that. You have to embrace that. Okay. Let me check the comments. All right, so we're going to take one more. There's only one more hand up. I expected more hands with all these people hanging out here. Oh, well. Okay, let's go to Kavita. She's still there. Maybe she stepped out. I'm just talking to no one. Oh my God. I'm not talking to
No, I'm here. I'm here. This is my lucky day. What can I tell you?
You got two today. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was, I would say, fearful that, hey, I already used up my my points in a sense, and here I am. I said, well, all you have to do is cancel it and not pick me, then I'm good.
Okay, but notice where you just went there. You're worried you used up your points. Now, if you're worried you're using up your points, you're saying, I only have so many points. I'm limited, and I have to work within that limitation.
Yeah.
Right. So if that's something you're thinking about just on these calls, you're probably applying that through your life and creating limitation. I've got to use my points. I can't have too much. Right. So you have to watch this, because one of the things when I used to do the live workshops, I used to do this thing called energetic infusions at the end of it. Mm-hmm. And so it's something I do personally with people, and it just infuses a certain energy into them. And people loved it. And so I'd say, okay, I'm going to be doing some infusions. So if you want one, line up here. And there'd be the people that just rushed up because I want this, I'm going to have this. And these are people that actually will go a little further in life because they're going after what they want. But then there's the people that sit back, they want it, but they said, I'll let these people go and let them get, and then I'll get mine. Okay. Now, if they're doing that for that, they're doing that for a lot of things in their lives. They're letting other people take the opportunities because they're trying to be polite, because they're trying to be caring, because they're trying to be a good person. And really what you're doing is saying, I'm not first. I'm not putting myself first. I'm going to put these other people first, and I'll take the scraps.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's the last people that are just afraid to even go up, to even ask for it. I'd be asking too much if I come up and do that, right? Mm-hmm. and those people are really keeping them small, keeping themselves small. So so you're in this space now that, okay, I can ask for a certain amount, but I can't ask for too much. If you want your life to grow, if you want your business to expand, you have to be willing to say, I'm taking it all, baby, right? Because here's the thing, there's enough for everyone. We have this illusion that there's not enough to go around, but there's plenty for everyone, right? And when you realize that, you realize that if someone doesn't get it because you got it, it's because their story was that they didn't deserve it. They weren't ready for it. It was bad to have it or something like that, right? So if someone else had put up their hand and I had said, oh, I'm going to pick them, then that's your story that, well, I already used my point, right? So, right, you have unlimited points, okay? Keep using your points, right? Because it's all going to line up. And and there may be a case where someone said, oh my God, you got to go up 3 times and I didn't get up to go up once. That's so unfair. It's like, well, no, it's that person's story is life is unfair. So then they have to create examples of how life is unfair by having you go up 3 times and like, see, life is unfair. Kavita got up 3 times, right? So you're just justifying their story rather than them saying, you know what, my story sucks. I should change my story.
Yep.
Okay, so are you willing to step out of the story that, let's use your words, that you only have so many points and you need to use them wisely?
Yes.
Are you willing to step out of the story that it's unfair if you get a lot more opportunities than other people?
Yes.
It's interesting because there's this one theory that I heard way back, and I correlated it recently with something else, and it's that if we would take all the wealth in the world and spread it evenly amongst everyone, that within 3 years, 90% of the world would be back where they started.
Yeah.
Right. And you sit there and you go, well, 90%, that seems like a high number. Like if people suddenly had all this money, wouldn't they use it properly? Wouldn't they make a better life for themselves? Like what would happen? But then when you look at the lottery statistics, that 90% of the people that win end up back where they started. You're like, oh no, it lines up exactly and the same time frame, everything, because people are stuck in their stories. And even if you throw it, and something a lot of people think, if I have more money, I could do a lot more. No, that shows that if you have a lot more money, you'll have this wave of where, oh, look, it's great. And then you'll go right back to where you were because that's your story. So that's why it's so important to just get these stories shifted so you can get into a better space.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Okay, so now what did you actually get on here for? What was the question?
Oh, I would say that I've been playing it small. And so what is it? It's actually through the questions of other people I've learned, right? In terms of what I needed to shift, where's my thinking, and I think one of them came up, at least in my mind, that I heard someone. It's been a while, that my father was recognized as your Kavita's father versus the other way around. And
Okay.
he really felt offended. And I'm just realizing that in a sense, I have shrunk myself, but not only in terms of all things around me, that I shrink myself. So I am only willing to go, okay, if I can only be on this looking for people who are comfortable me being part of the stage versus anything else. And so I didn't realize that I was creating the story of smallness. And so that's one of the many things that I'm dealing with.
Okay. So if you, when you make other people uncomfortable by feeling big, how do you feel? Is it
I feel like I am letting the universe down. I'm supposed to make people comfortable, and that they don't feel that I'm overshadowing them. And
Okay.
unfortunately, anytime I step into a room, it seems like I almost take over, and it feels uncomfortable. It's not that they don't want me to, not that overshadow, but in terms of solve some of the things that they're dealing with. But it just feels uncomfortable. It's like, was I supposed to do that? Was I supposed to? And in terms of, okay, this is what we need to do, versus I'm supposed to just be quiet and allow other people to speak and give their opinion, which I do. It's not like, but it seems like all of a sudden I realize, oh my gosh, I've taken over this the stage, and so as you can tell, my face is like, oh my God. I don't know what it says to you, but that's
Yep. Yep. So, but it's interesting because you're taking over the stage and then you're feeling bad about it afterwards.
yeah,
Okay. So that's the actual story is that I keep taking over and making people feel uncomfortable or small.
yeah,
Right. So when you're running that story, of course, you're not going to allow yourself to grow because it just means taking over more and more and more.
yeah,
But when when you're in an interaction with people and you're just being authentic, then when you're speaking, they want to hear what you have to say.
yeah,
So they don't feel disempowered unless that person specifically has a story of I'm always disempowered. And that's then they'll come to an event that you show up at so that they can feel disempowered because it justifies their story. Right. So there's always this dance of stories going on here. Okay.
hmm,
But what you have to focus on is not, I have to make sure no one feels overshadowed. It's I'm just going to contribute to the lives of these people the best I can. And if they want to take that contribution or they want to reject it and feel like I've overshadowed them, that's all on them. I'm just doing the best I can right now. Right? So are you willing to step out of the story that whenever you come into a room, you tend to overshadow everyone else?
yes,
Because here's the other thing. I know it feels uncomfortable, but it also comes from a place of ego because your ego is like, look how powerful I am. I'm overshadowing everyone. Consciously, you're like, I don't like this. But your ego is like, look at me over. I'm so powerful. So that's one of the reasons it happens because you are getting a fix of it unconsciously, even though consciously you're like, oh, I feel bad again. Okay, that's one of the reasons. But then
okay,
there's
I
other
believe
stories.
you.
Yeah, there's other stories that play into it. So, okay. So when you grow, are you taking space away from other people?
Oh my God. That's what it seems. Somehow I'm not sure where it came from,
Mm.
but that's what it seems like. And I will go back and say that in I take opportunities, and the person that told me about the opportunities disappear. They got offended, something happened, but then I am growing that, and then I'm going like, can I just thank you? Can I give you a hug? I really appreciate that I got pointed in the right direction,
Mhm.
right? And some people lost, I decided not to choose,
Yeah,
and I did. And so I don't know how to feel. And so I am going in the negative direction.
yeah. Because what you've done is you've created this limitation. If I take up more space, that means there's less space.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the case. But then because you've got that story and that story plays out, it could play out that the person drops out or the person gets mad at you for taking up the space or whatever it is, because the story is still constantly playing out.
Mhm.
So are you willing to step out of the story that the bigger you grow, the more space you take up and the less space other people
Yes.
have? because it's all, first of all, there's infinite space, but the other thing is it's all overlapping. So like if you've got a favorite band you listen to, that doesn't mean you say, well, I can't listen to any other bands. You're just like,
Right.
oh, this is my favorite. I get
Right.
all sorts of music and that's my favorite. And so when you become the favorite coach of someone,
Mhm.
they may say, like, this is the coach I want to work with, or it's like, no, I like these other coaches, but when I work with Lady Kavita, oh my God, you guys have to come check this out. This is amazing. Right.
Mhm.
So that's a place you can get to when you're willing to just let that your presence expand, your energy expand, and don't worry about it pushing people off. It's not going to push people off. There's always enough. The only people that get affected negatively by you when you're in this, I'm just here to contribute, are the people that want to get affected negatively because that's their story.
Okay.
Ooh, good. Okay, how you feeling?
Fabulous. Thank you. I have used all your all your coaching and books and audios, and so thank you for doing that all for us.
You're welcome. All right,
Thank
you
you.
have an amazing day.
You too.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are almost at the top of the hour. I would like to remind you that the Breakthrough Show has a breakthrough show on Fridays. You should attend it. You should watch it. There are some amazing episodes, and sometimes you'll look at the episode. We were just talking about the horror movie episode that people are like, why would I watch that? But then you watch that, there's so much in there that has to do with just life as opposed to horror movies and dealing with people and facilitating things. It's check it out. Plus, there's Ask Crystal. She's on Thursdays. Check out Ask Crystal. Go see what's going on there. And as far as what's going on for me today, we are still doing last Mondays. So if you go to Energetic Magic and look up energeticmagic.com, look up last Mondays, we have another workshop at 6:30 and then another one at 10 p.m. 6:30 is on business, 10 p.m. is on mindset and belief shifting. So there's still 2 more hours of stuff going on today. This is, like I've been saying, this is a busy day for me. I start at 9 a.m. I finish at 11 p.m. And after I'm done this, I'm going to have a little bit of a break for dinner, but then we're right back in at 6:30. Okay, so that's it for me. Thank you so much for coming out today. I'll be back the last Monday of what's next month, May, and may or may not have a guest. We'll find out. So enjoy your day, enjoy your life, and be well, be aware, and be magical. Bye-bye.